Geek Philosophy. Today we're going to be reviewing Marvel's newest addition to its TV library, called Marvel's Runaway on Hulu. Now the story is based off of a 2003 comic called The Runaways by Marvel, and it focuses on 6 teenagers who originally think their parents are part of a charity group called Pride, but come to find out their parents are villains who sacrifice runaway children around their age. Now once they find out, they try to expose them and catch them in the wrong and get them turned into the law. But the story has a couple twists and turns. Now, it doesn't grab exactly from the cult classic comic book series as word for word from the source material. It changes a couple things really based on TV and the time. But I actually think it did a very good job of keeping close to the source material, especially with the 6 characters, which have a Breakfast Club feel to it, which is Alex, the nerd/geek, Nico, the goth girl /Wiccan, Chase, the lovable jock, good-looking jock, but also pretty smart, Caroline, the popular girl who's also a church girl, Molly, who is the youngest of the group and shows it, and Gert, which is your hardcore feminist. Now, it's not exactly the Breakfast Club that we knew back in the day, but it symbolizes just a bunch of different social groups or different cliques coming together into one group. So let's talk about some of the great things that they did. One, I think the story, for not going exactly off the source material and keeping it relevant to the MCU and being a part of that universe, it did a very good job of making me believe like this can happen in the MCU. Versus the comic book. Other thing was the cast. The cast did an amazing job really embodying the characters they were doing. You can tell they did their research and took some liberties to change a couple things just to make sure it flowed with the overall story. Other thing they did great was the graphics. I was actually very impressed with the graphics on this show for a Hulu show. I thought it was going to be pretty low budget, but it looks like they spent a little bit of money on the graphics and CGI. So, hats off to you, Hulu. Now, I don't really have that many negatives to say. But if I were to say any, I would just say, one, the strategy of, having it come out week to week. This, for once, Hulu really came out with a really binge-worthy show. Like, I might be spoiled by Netflix, but I felt like this show really should have came out all 10 episodes in one day so I can really binge watch this. But they kept you on your feet every episode, leaving you with a cliffhanger, having you come back. And I guess it worked because I kept going back. And the other thing was, even though I did say the cast was amazing, there was, and this is not a knock at that cast member, but the character Molly, who is played by Allegra Acosta, she did a great job. But honestly, I have to say that her character took me out of the show sometimes, just because I'm looking at a 15-year-old girl and I'm seeing the material written for a 10 or 11-year-old girl. So that was the only thing that was really threw me off, but I still was enjoyable. And of course, it is more of a teen drama with superheroes, or not superheroes, but superhero elements. So you will see the occasional hookup. You will be seeing drug and alcohol references. So I do recommend this for PG, the PG-7 and up category. PG-13, you can kind of watch it by yourself, but I wouldn't recommend this for anyone under 11 or 12 to watch this by themselves. All right. So looking at all the elements that this show had, I definitely say this was a very enjoyable watch. Hulu actually has something going for with this show. And I'm actually surprised that Disney let this go on Hulu instead of trying to get this on its ABC network. Besides, I won't mention any names, another show that's on ABC but being watched. So, other than that, Runaways is actually a runaway hit. Check it out on Hulu, and you can also, if you want to read more about the Runaways and so forth, you can also click down below in the description. I have a link to the first actual volume that you can read and enjoy. And you can kind of compare the differences if you want to. But it's a great watch without losing any brain cells. So I give it a B plus. All right, that's it for me. If you like what you just saw, please hit that like button or hit that write down in the comments. You can also hit that subscribe button. If you want me to do a spoiler review, please let me know in the comments and I can work on that one too. All right. Have a great day. Geek Philosophy, the geek way of thinking.